Hello, everyone, and welcome to VPSA Radio. I'm your host, JP Davis, and tonight we're shining a spotlight on the musical voice of our brotherhood with our Month of Musicianship Broadcast. This broadcast brings together individual, chapter, and ensemble performances from across the nation alongside works commissioned for the National Intercollegiate Band. It's a journey through the creativity, history, and artistry that make our brotherhood so musically rich. So sit back, settle in, and let's begin with our first performance. We're starting with the Brothers of Gamma Pi at Purdue University. This chapter ensemble brings us an arrangement of Back Home Again in Indiana, inspired by the iconic version performed by Straight No Chaser. While this arrangement isn't a tradition specific to Gamma Pi, the song itself holds deep roots in Purdue's musical identity through its long-standing presence at the Indy 500. Purdue's All-American Marching Band has been a part of the Indy 500 for more than a century, missing only 3 races since 1919. For decades, they accompanied Jim Nabors in the beloved pre-race performance of the song, and today they continue the tradition with Jim Cornelison. Today, that legacy-adjacent energy comes through the trumpets of brothers from Gamma Pi Spring 23 through Spring 25 classes, performed at their open chapter in front of prospective members. Here's Back Home Again in Indiana. There's something about that tune. It's warm, it's nostalgic, and it carries generations of Purdue history inside it. And that's exactly why we wanted to open with it. Make sure to follow Gamma Pi and the AAMB at KKY underscore Gamma Pi and AAMB.trumpets. Now, we shift from a tight, spirited chapter ensemble to the full color palette of a concert band. Up next, a performance from Westchester University's concert band under the direction of Adam Gumble. What you're about to hear is the fifth movement of Stephen Bryant's miniature suite. This movement, Irrational Joy, bursts with bright kinetic energy, short, punchy, and full of life. Bryant actually designed the suite to be modular. Each movement can stand alone, and Irrational Joy in particular works beautifully as an opener or closer. Later in the program, we'll hear the entire suite as it was recorded by the National Intercollegiate Band. But first, here's the version brought to life by the brothers at Westchester and the Westchester University Concert Band. That performance captures exactly what the title promises joy, but with that unmistakable Bryant spark behind it. It gives us a glimpse into the larger musical world of the suite, and we'll come back to that later when we feature the full 5 movement work. Make sure to follow Westchester University Arts at WCU, that is ARTSATWCU, and follow the Westchester University Kappa Kappa Psi chapter on Instagram at KKY Eta Rho. That's KKYETARHO. For now, we shift from the scale of a full ensemble to a stunning vocal performance. This next submission comes from Natalie Harrison of the Eta Rho chapter at Westchester University, joined by a very special duet partner, her mom. This is Peas in a Pod from the musical Grey Gardens, with music by Scott Frankel and lyrics by Michael Corey. In the show, it's a mother-daughter duet about their inseparable relationship. Natalie performed this piece as part of her senior recital, choosing it as a tribute to the person who first inspired her to pursue music. Her mother, who teaches choir at a high school, was also a sister in Tau Beta Sigma at Westchester. It's a musical moment full of love, history, and connection. Here's Peas in a Pod. A performance like that is a reminder that musicianship isn't just technique, it's relationship, memory, and the people who shaped us. Make sure to follow Natalie on Instagram at NEH2004. And again, follow Edinboro at KKY Edinboro. That's KKYETARHO on Instagram. Because this is the Month of Musicianship broadcast, we are embracing the full spectrum of chapter creativity, which means we're not afraid to pivot from heartfelt to fun. Up next is a snippet of a performance from Jesse Walker of the new Zeta chapter at PennWest Edinboro. This was recorded during their annual Kappa Kappa recital, and it brings a burst of personality into the hour. Here's Jesse with Training Season by Dua Lipa.
It's like a rodeo, knows just how to take control when I'm vulnerable. He's straight talking to myself, conversation over, his training season's over. Training season's over. Training season's over.
And that is exactly the kind of joyful chaos that reminds you we're more than musicians. We're a brotherhood, and we celebrate expression in all its forms. Now, before we get into our National Intercollegiate Band Spotlight, we're going to take a brief moment to hear from our sponsor, the AEA Society. The AEA Society and the Days of Giving are a chance for all of us, students, alumni, and friends, to unite around generosity and purpose. From today, November 24th, through November 26, 2025, we celebrate our 106th Founders Day by supporting the programs that strengthen our brotherhood, scholarships, leadership development, and the work that helps our fraternity thrive for generations to come. Gifts of $151 or more to the General Fund or Trust qualify for membership in the AEA Society. When we give, we choose to believe in something greater than ourselves, and we invest in the next wave of musicians, leaders, and dreamers who carry our values forward. To learn more or to make your contribution, visit www.kkpsi.org/AEA-society. As we enter the national spotlight portion of tonight's program, we begin with a work that pulls us into a very different sound world. John Mackey's Redacted was commissioned for the 2013 National Intercollegiate Band under the direction of Anthony Maia, and the piece invites us into a landscape shaped by secrecy, tension, and contrasting emotional currents. This piece plays with the idea of revelation and concealment. Motives appear, transform, and sometimes vanish behind sharper gestures. Jake Wallace's program note describes the work as a study in pairs and conflict, quiet set against explosive, slow against urgent, seductive against jagged. It's music that doesn't just unfold, it unravels. What we hear is a world in motion, constantly shifting, always just slightly out of reach, a compelling place to begin our National Intercollegiate Band Spotlight. Here is John Mackey's Redacted. Pieces like this don't so much linger as they land. Redacted drives to a forceful, decisive close, a reminder that even in a world of secrecy and shadows, some truths arrive with unmistakable impact. It's a powerful way to open this section of the program and a reminder of how varied our commissioning history truly is. To close our musical program tonight, we turn to a work that radiates color, clarity, and craft, Stephen Bryant's Miniature Suite. Commissioned for the 2017 National Convention of Kappa Kappa Psi and Tau Beta Sigma and performed by the National Intercollegiate Band under Richard Clary, this suite is a celebration of compact musical storytelling. Earlier, we heard the fifth movement, Irrational Joy, through the performance of the Westchester University Concert Band. Now, placed in context, it becomes part of a broader arc, 5 short movements that each speak with their own character while contributing to a unified whole. This is music that feels open, luminous, and intentional, a fitting way to bring our program to its musical close. Here's Stephen Bryant's Miniature Suite in full. Hearing all five movements together highlights just how thoughtfully the suite is constructed. Compact ideas, vivid textures, and a sense of motion that carries us from the first fanfare to the final gesture. It brings the evening to a close with clarity and uplift. Before we wrap our night, here's one final message from our sponsor. We are officially in the days of giving, and we invite every brother, active and alumni, to join us in shaping the future of our fraternity. Your support fuels scholarships, leadership programs, and the musical opportunities that define who we are. From today, November 24th to November 26th, let's honor our past, invest in our present, and empower the brothers who will carry our values into the years ahead. To learn more or to make your contribution, visit www.kkpsi.org/AEA-society. Thank you so much for spending time with us on VPSA Radio, the Month of Musicianship Broadcast. And thank you to every brother and chapter who shared their performances. Tonight's program reflects what makes our brotherhood special, the musicianship we cultivate, the creativity we uplift, and the national community that ties us together. Whether it's a chapter ensemble, a senior recital moment, a joyful recital performance, or a national convention brought to life by the NIB, your music tells our story, one rooted in service, brotherhood, leadership, and musicianship. Thank you so much, and AEA.